The chapter Deep Water by William Douglas. Basically, the chapter deals with the concept of phobia. We all have some or other kind of phobia in our life, but what we do, we basically avoid our phobias throughout our life and we spend our lives like this only. But there are some people in the world who do not avoid their fear, rather than they fight against their fear and come out victorious. The story is about one such boy or person called William Douglas. It's an autobiographical chapter where we will talk about the phobia of a man and how he came out of that. So, the main protagonist of the chapter Deep Water is a person called William Douglas and he was hydrophobic. उसे पानी से डर लगता था. The question is this: why was he hydrophobic? He was hydrophobic because of an incident which happened when he was 3 or 4 years old. One day his father took him to California beach. There he was enjoying standing in the surf with his father. The waves were coming and the waves were going. And suddenly a big wave came. And the moment that big wave came, he could not manage his balance. He fell down. He was buried underwater. Though it was not that deep, it was only a knee deep water, you can say. But then, for a boy of age of 6 years, it's really mattered a lot. He was all shocked and fear stricken. He was buried underwater. He was shouting, shrieking. Within moments, within moments, his father took him out. But then the damage has already been done. पापा ने भले ही निकाल लिया, but the damage has already been done, and there his heart was gripped by the immense fear of water, and he became a hydrophobic. From that onwards, he avoided water and he came to the age of 11 years. Around 7 years passed. At the age of 11 year, he thought that I cannot spend my life like this. I definitely need to learn swimming. When he talked about it to his mom blatantly straight away told him, okay, you want to learn swimming, but you will not go to Yakima River. Please don't go to Yakima River because it's a deadly river, it's a dangerous river. Many people have already lost their lives in that river, and mother didn't want to take any risk with the life of her son. That's why she stopped him from going to Yakima River. She even used to tell about every drowning which used to happen in Yakima River. Whenever anybody used to drown in Yakima River, mother always used to tell about this to her son, so that the fear of Yakima River should be there in the heart of her son and he should not at least venture or you can say try to go over there. Moreover, Douglas was not interested in going to Yakima River. He has selected YMCA pool for his स्विमिंग क्लासेस. उसने तो YMCA पूल चूज किया था. क्वेश्चन आ जाता है, वाई डगलस सेलेक्टेड YMCA पूल? बिकॉज इट वॉज सेफ. It was 2 to 3 feet deep at the shallow end. It was 9 feet deep at the deep end, and the fall was slopey, the fall was gradual. Moreover, there were instructors, there were other people, so there were very less chances of his drowning. उसके डूबने के chances बहुत कम थे. तो ऐसे में he for the first time when one day he went to the YMCA pool with all his swimming paraphernalia. You can say he was having a water wing and pedals and tubes and everything. Gaya. There was a problem with Douglas that he had very skinny legs. He was very weak and thin and lanky. He was a man with a slender body, and he hated to show his skinny legs to the people. But he subdued his pride over there. He conquered his pride. उसने अपने pride, अपना ego किनारे रखा, and showing his skinny legs, he went to the pool. For the first time, when he put his feet inside the water, the old terror came back. The terror of California beach. That terror came back. He was scared. But within 2 or 3 days, he started feeling comfortable in the water. He felt relaxed in the water. And by the time it was fifth or sixth day, he started going to pool for 2 times a day, 3 times a day, something like this. And 5 days a week in the weekly, you can say, he started learning swimming, and the fear was shedding. He was feeling comfortable in the water. And one day, suddenly, a misadventure happened. What was the misadventure? One day he went to the pool. Nobody else was there. It was all empty. He was all alone at the pool. The water of the swimming pool was as clean as, like, it was transparent and clean. The tiles of the bottom were quite visible. He felt timid. He felt hesitant in going into the pool all alone. He was scared. He didn't want to take any risk. He didn't want to go into the pool all alone. So he sat at the side of the pool and started waiting for other people to come. While he was waiting for other people to come, there suddenly came a big bruiser kind of boy, a big wrestler kind of boy, a muscular boy of 18 years of age, with rippling muscles at every part of his body, thick hair on his chest, perfect physical specimen of a human being. He came and he bullied little Douglas, and he told him, "Hi Skinny, how would you like to be ducked in the water? पानी में कैसा जाना पसंद करेगा?" And with this, he picked Douglas up and tossed him into the deep end of the pool. Douglas even did not get time to stretch his legs. All this happened in such a fast way. It happened in a moment. He did not even get time to stretch his legs. He landed in the water in sitting position. And the moment he was in that deep end part of the pool, he was all frightened inside the water. कहता, I was frightened, but I was not yet frightened out of my wits. RTC में क्वेश्चन आ जाता है. This means I was scared. मैं डरा हुआ था, but not yet scared out of my wits. I was not that scared that I will lose my mental balance. I was not that scared that I will not be able to use my brain. I was not that scared that I will not be able to take any decision. Yes, my mind was working. Though I was hell scared, but still my mind was working. My mind was making a plan. And the plan was that the moment I will touch the bottom of the pool, I will make a big jump and come out to the surface. I will flail, I will swim, and I will get to the side of the pool. I will be safe. But how to come out of the pool? You will make a jump now when you will touch the bottom of the pool. But he thought that I will go very fast to the bottom. I'll make a big jump and come out. But this actually didn't happen. Why? Because he went down very slowly. Those 9 feet were more than 90. It was taking a lot of time for him to reach the pool, bottom of the pool. That's why it is described as 9 feet were more like 90 feet. Exaggeration, hyperbole. Condition was desperate. He was shrieking, shouting. He was trying to find out some ladder, some rope, something to clutch at. But his hands only clutched at water, nothing else. The dirty yellow water. Dirty why? Because of the yellow sunlight over there. The sunlight was falling, and that's why the water was yellowish. Why dirty? Because he was dying in that water, damn it. He was dying. He was desperate. His hands were heavy, his legs were heavy. He was not able to control his hands and legs. They were not moving, like paralyzed. He was fighting an irresistible force. Something was pulling him down. Anyway, somehow his feet touched the bottom, and the moment his feet touched the bottom, he made a big jump, so-called big jump. He thought, I will pop out like a cork. टक से बाहर आऊंगा, ऐसा नहीं हुआ. He came out very slowly. Only his face came out, head. He breathed. His second time downward journey started. He still had the plan. What was the plan? He would touch the bottom, he would come out like a cork, he would flail on the surface, and then he would get to the side of the pool. But this plan was not working. Because second time when going down, his legs were all paralyzed, he was not having any control over his hands, his heart was beating, His head was throbbing, and that throbbing of the head was telling that he was still alive. He was fighting an irresistible force, like the force you fight when you have a nightmare. The fear of water has gripped him like the charge of electricity. When you get the electrical shock, the electricity captures you, it holds you, it does not let you go. Same thing was happening with him. Anyway, when he went to the bottom for the second time, he made a big jump, and this time only his nose came out. He took a deep breath, and his third time journey started. Courage at the time of crisis is half the battle won. And that is the perfect example of this saying over here. Why? Because when he was going down third time, still he had plan in his mind. Still he had not left the plan. He was so courageous. He was still holding on to his plan, strategy when he was going down. But the moment he reached down, suddenly all his efforts ceased. Question aata hai, what were the final or ultimate feelings of Douglas in the pool? All his efforts ceased. He felt too tired to do any more effort. He was feeling drowsy. He was feeling sleepy. He was feeling like that he was floating in the space in the arms of his mother. And suddenly all his efforts stopped. He felt relaxed, and blackness swept over his mind, and the curtain of life fell. He crossed the oblivion. Reality क्रॉस करके एक दूसरी ही दुनिया में चला गया वो, और दिमाग पर अंधेरा पंछा गया. He could not remember anything after that. When he opened his eyes, he was lying on the side of the pool. A man was pumping out water from her stomach, and that boy, 18-year-old boy or 16 year something age is given over there in the book, he was standing all apologetic. The man said, "You have nearly killed the kid today." In his defense, the boy only said, "I was only fooling. मैं तो मजाक कर रहा था." He said, "Anyway, he's all okay. Thank God, nothing wrong happened. He's okay. Take him to locker room and get him changed. इसके कपड़े change करवाओ." Douglas says that I went to locker room, I changed my clothes, I went to my home, I could not eat food, any food that day. Rather he went to his bed and wept bitterly. Bed पर गया और बहुत बुरी तरीके से रोया. Question आता है, what was the immediate impact of YMCA pool incident on Douglas? The immediate impact was that कि from that day onward, that day he went to house, he could not eat any food, he wept bitterly. हल्की सी exertion से उसके घुटने wobbly feel करते थे, and he avoided water wherever he could. From that day onward, at the age of 11, this misadventure happened. From that day onward, he avoided water wherever he could. But how long could you avoid water when you are living in a foreign country, where every adventure sport is happening on water, in water? How can you avoid water? Friends, salmon की fishing करने जा रहे हैं, he could not go. He could not go for the Metolius fishing. He could not go for the trout fishing. He could not go for the bass fishing. Metolius, trout, bass, salmon are the varieties of fish. He was not able to go for any swimming, any yachting, or any kayaking, or any boating, or any rafting. All his holiday trips were going waste. So this time, at the age of 21 years, after 10 years, he decided to learn swimming. He again decided to learn swimming, but this time he hired an instructor. The instructor put a belt around him. Question aaya tha long. How did the instructor build a swimmer out of Douglas? Yeah, the instructor built a swimmer out of Douglas step by step. How? Definitely he put a belt around him. उसने उसके चारों तरफ बेल्ट बांधी, and told him to move around the pool, इधर से उधर. The belt was basically tied with a rope, and the other end of the rope was in the hand of the instructor. So Douglas had very little chances of drowning. So for many months he kept on practicing that to and fro movement in the pool. कभी इधर जा रहा है, कभी उधर जा रहा है. It was happening like that. It happened like that for many months. Then the instructor told him how to inhale and how to exhale. Put your face inside the water and exhale. Take out your face outside the water and inhale. He practiced that thing for many months. Now the instructor told him to hold the corner of the pool with his hands and paddle his legs. For 2 or 3 days, he was not able to even command his legs. They were not working. But slowly and steadily, he was able to command them. He controlled them, and he started practicing that for 8 months around. The instructor slowly and steadily taught every kind of steps to Douglas. He told him various methods of swimming. And finally, after 8 months, one day the instructor told him, okay, jump into the pool, crawl, stroke, and cover the entire pool without any rope and without anything. And that day, Douglas jumped inside the pool, swam the length of the pool, and came back without any flaw, without any mistake. The line is there. The instructor was finished, but I was not. Inverted comma close, explain. You get an RTC over here. The instructor was finished. Why? Because the job of instructor was finished. Why? Because the job of instructor was finished. Instructor was hired to teach him swimming, and he had taught him swimming because he went to the length of the pool and came back. Now there was no problem. But I was not finished. Why? Because I still had, Douglas is saying that I still had some doubts in me, whether I'll be able to swim in the absence of instructor or not, whether I'll be able to swim in other waters or not. That's why next day he came to the pool all alone, and he swam the length of the pool without the help or without the presence, in the absence of instructor. For 1 or 2 times the old fear came back, the terror came back, but he did not feel fear. Rather, he flicked the fear away. He flicked the fear away. He started conversating with his fear. He started talking with his fear. What can you do to me, Mr. Terror? You cannot do anything to me. तुम मेरा कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकते, Mr. Terror. ऐसा कहकर वो डर को भगा देता था और स्विमिंग करता था. Now he wanted to test himself in the outer water as well, out of pool. He went to Titan River, Conrad Creek, Meadows, Lake Wentworth, New Hampshire, अलग अलग जगह के lakes और waters, जहाँ जहाँ wherever he got to know about the waters, he went over there and practiced. One day while covering a 2-mile long lake, when he was in the mid of the lake, after putting his face into the water, he opened his eyes. And when he saw the bottomless water, he felt a bit of fear. That old terror came back in miniature. Chota sa dar aaya. And he flicked the terror by saying this, the same line, what can you do to me, Mr. Terror? You cannot do anything to me. तुम मेरा कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकते. And he went to the lake and covered it entirely. And he again went to the lake and covered it entirely. In this way he practiced a lot. Still he had some residual doubts. Some residual, थोड़ा बहुत डर था. And this time he went to the Gilbert's Peaks. Gilbert's की पहाड़ियों पे गया, रात को कैंपिंग करी, सुबह उठा. He stripped off, कपड़े उतारे and jumped into the warm lake. Warm lake में कूद गया. He covered the entire length of the warm lake and came back. And that day the fear did not touch him. Not even the slightest fear touched him. And that day he realized that he had finally conquered his fear of water. He went to the Gilbert Peak and he shouted very hard. Question aata, how did Douglas celebrate his victory over his fear of water? He shouted very hard. His echo came back. That echo was the echo of his victory over his fear of water. उस दिन उसे रियलाइज हुआ कि वो अपने fear पर जीत हासिल कर चुका था. He was finally able to get a triumph over his victory. Last paragraph, most important. जब जीत हासिल कर ली, डर निकल गया. Now he remembered the statement of his boss. Who was his boss? He was the legal advisor of American President Franklin D. Roosevelt. American President Franklin Roosevelt का legal advisor था. Many times he had heard him speaking in his speeches. वो बोला करते थे, all we have to fear is fear itself. And that day he understood the real meaning of that line. All we have to fear is fear itself. Why? Because fear is the biggest hurdle in our life. It stops us from going out of the box. It stops us from taking risks. It stops us from achieving heights in our life. It is the fear which stops us from going out of our comfort zone. So in your life, if you have to fear anything, it is your fear only. The day you conquer your fear, then the sky is the limit. You can achieve anything. And that day he realized that I have conquered my both the fears. He had the fear of water, he conquered that. He had touched death in YMCA pool, he had the fear of death as well. But as he has conquered both his fears now, it had a deeper meaning for him, it had a bigger meaning for him. What was the bigger meaning? The bigger meaning was that now the intensity to live somehow grew in him. The intensity to live somehow increased in him. Now he lives life to the core. Now he lives life on the edge. Now he lives life fully over there, enjoys every moment of life. He says, now you send me to any trail or to any height or any depth. Now I can brush aside my fear. अब मुझे किसी भी चीज से डर नहीं लगता है. This is the chapter Deep Water by William Douglas. I hope the chapter is clear to you guys.